A study on effective channel management of recruitment in Tata Consultancy Services, submitted by Arpit Sehgal, VAM number 1040, registration number MA20477, under the guidance of Mr. P. Prabhakaran, Assistant Professor, Department of Management Studies, VEL RANGA SANKU Arts College, affiliated to the University of Madras, April 2014. Introduction. Recruitment refers to the process of attracting, screening, and selecting qualified people for a job at an organization or firm. For some components of the recruitment process, mid and large size organizations often retain professional recruiters or outsource some of the processes to recruitment agencies. The recruitment industry has five main types of agencies: employment agencies, recruitment websites, and job search engines, headhunters for executive and professional recruitment. The stages in recruitment include sourcing candidates by advertisement or other methods, and screening and selecting potential candidates using tests or interviews. Definition. According to Dale Yoder, recruitment is the process to discover the sources of manpower, to meet the requirements of the staffing schedule, and to employ effective measures for attracting that manpower in adequate numbers to facilitate effective selection of an efficient working force. Objective of the study. Primary objective: to study the effectiveness of recruitment channel management. Secondary objective: to study the various contributing factors towards the recruitment channel management. To study the factors those are influencing the process of recruitment channel management. Third, to study the perception of the candidates with reference to the recruitment process while they appear during the recruitment period. Fourth, to study the defined career path which will help the company to recruit and retain better people in the process of recruitment. Scope of the study. The scope of the study can be viewed under the following headings. To the organization, the study will enable the company to know where they stand in dealing with the recruitment channel management. The study will be useful to the management to analyze various factors that may be improved and also sustained during the process of recruitment channel management that has been carried out in the organization. Being a large company with a number of branches pan-India level and also branches abroad, the scope of the research is confined to the recruitment process that has been carried out in the southern region corporate recruitment house only. This study has a wide scope of application and further investigation. To the researcher. The researcher could gain practical knowledge about the various factors that determine the effective channel management in the process of recruitment at Tata Consultancy Services. In future, this survey will help to improve the HR skills and practices. Need of the study. The need of the research focuses and throws lights on the following areas. They are as follows. Employees nowadays from one of the utmost important asset that companies possess in order for them to able to continue operating in the type of industry that they are in, and in order to remain competitive. Therefore, it is essential for firms to continue to fill vacant positions and employ new candidates that are of high quality, while at the same time they are often forced due to increasing competition that is spurred on by, among others, factors such as deregulation and globalization. Recruitment has therefore increasingly turned into a trade off of a few but most important variables of all profit-making organizations. These include, among others, the explicit and implicit cost, the time and effort spent on finding suitable candidates, as well as the quality of these candidates. Organizations are thus required to make choices in regards to what type of recruitment channel they believe in is able to provide them with the optimal way of finding the right candidate for a vacancy with respect to the above mentioned variables and requirements of the position. Limitation of the study. In the process of research work, the researcher has come across certain hurdles in carrying out the research work. They are as follows. The respondent's bias was one of the main limitations of the research work. The primary data was collected using a scheduled questionnaire and therefore study is confined to the data collected only. The time duration involved in data collection process was one of the limitations which had an impact on the research work. Geographic factor is yet another limitation, as samples were collected at various recruitment houses throughout the southern region corporate recruitment offices. Research methodology. Research design is the arrangement of conditions for collection and analysis of data for a research study, which will have relevance and scientific approach to the study. The research study is descriptive in nature. Descriptive research studies are those studies which are concerned with describing the characteristic of a particular individual, where diagnostic research study determine the frequency with which something occurs or its association with something else. Study concern individual, group or situation are all example of descriptive research study. Most of the social research studies come under the category from the point of view of the research design. Data collection method. The data objective are described from the research objective, and their determination rests mainly on the research to translate what decision maker wants to a specific description of the data needed. Primary data is the data collected directly through the questionnaire from the candidates undergone the process of recruitment. Secondary data are those data which have been already gathered by others. The secondary data is collected from the books, company profile and websites. Research instrument questionnaire, instrument design, both open ends, enclosed ended questions and used in the questionnaire. Sample design. Sample design is a definite plan for obtaining a sample from given population. It refers to a technique or the procedure the researcher would adopt in selecting items for the sample. Sample size. The sample size for the study was made from 110 customers, which consist of candidates undergone the recruitment process. Sampling procedure. Non-probability sampling, that is convenience sampling method, was used to choose the customer for the study. Non-probability sampling is that sampling procedure which does not afford any basis for estimating the probability that each item in the population has been included in the sampling. Tools for analysis. The data collected through the questionnaire has been analyzed using percentage, pie chart and bar diagrams. Percentage analysis refers to a special kind of ratio. It is used to make comparison between two or more series of data. They can be used to compare the relative item, the distribution of two or more series of data, since the percentage reduce everything as common base and allow meaningful comparison to be made. Percentage refers to the special kind of ratio and used to describe relationship. Chi-square test. The chi-square is computed on the basis of the frequencies in a sample, and thus the value of chi-square so obtained in a static chi-square is not a parameter, as its value is not derived from the observation in population. Hence, chi-square test is non-parametric test. Chi-square test is not concerned with any population distribution and its observation. The chi-square test was first used in testing statistical hypothesis by Carl Pearson in the year 1900. Findings. From the study, it is found that majority of the respondents, that is 60%, are male. Majority of the respondents, 70%, come under the age group of 20 to 25. Most of the respondents, 82.5%, who came for the interview were unmarried. Many of the respondents, 67.5%, were undergraduates. Most of the respondents, 28%, who came for the interview were having 2 to 3 years of work experience. During my survey, it is found that candidates 72.5% who were coming for attending interview came for non-voice process. Most of the respondents, 35%, who came for interview came through employee referral. Most of the respondents, 63%, are satisfied towards the job opening posted in the different job portal. Majority of the respondent, 42.5%, says good to the email said regarding the interview call contains all relevant information. Many of the respondents, 62.5%, has marked their level of satisfaction towards the call made by HR team as satisfied. Most of the respondents, 62.5%, says that the question asked in the aptitude test were relevant. Most of the respondents, 77.5%, marked their satisfaction level towards the explanation made by the HR team on the recruitment process as satisfied. Most of the respondents, 62.5%, agreed towards the explanation on the HR policy. Suggestions. As the company is moving in the right line as per the recruitment is concerned, if the following things will be focused, can result to more effectiveness in the recruitment process. The company should increase its intake of employees by recruiting from employee referral more vigorously. Advertisement is the best source to grab maximum candidates even though it is expensive. This one-time investment helps to reach maximum candidates. In addition to this, employer reference are the best source to get skilled candidates. Job sites and consultancies are the best time to reduce the time to get candidates. Conclusion: this study is focused on the effective channel management of recruitment of Tata Consultancy Services. The study has been conducted from the candidates who came for attending interview at Tata Consultancy Services. The company seemed to be moving its right lines as far the recruitment strategy is concerned. However, the suggestions are recommended which will help in making the hiring process more effective. Since the company recruitment is carried out on the mass scale, it has become to concentrate on the aspects with these objectives in the mind the study has been conducted. Thank you.